Hi guys, welcome to my niece TV Zealots. Tonight we're here with Star Trek Discovery, episode 14, The War Without, The War Within. And man, this episode, yes, some troubling times going on. But anyway, my name is Denise and my partner in crime is Mary. Mary, say hi.
Hi, so glad you guys are here with us. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. I was thrown for a loop in this episode. Like, there are a couple of things that happened that I was just like, ah! It was so good though. We open up kind of right in the middle of things, Admiral Cornwell, jumps on the ship and she's like, we saw the Discovery, blow up. And they're like, so we've been in a mirror universe. How you guys doing? One little thing happened, which of course blows up towards the end, but Ash wakes up, but Burnham won't go see him. And I'm like, this is going to turn into something. So let's put that in our pocket.
Girl, she over here got me about to start crying. Go ahead.
Let's get through the Klingons. So they have that meeting with Sarek and Admiral Cornwell. They're catching each other up, basically. And the whole time, Sarek is like staring Michael down, like he wants to say something to her, or he's trying to pull something out of her. And, she's kind of like, don't give me that look. I can't talk to you right now. And they end up meeting Emperor Georgiou. And that scene was really cool. Like, Michelle Yeoh is playing this so incredibly well. Like, I'm so glad that she's back, but the fact that she's playing like a bad guy, like a bad person, like, oh.
I love that too. And I also like the aspect of her being her mother and Sarek being Burnham's father, and the fact that they can each talk about their child separately. And then they were playing that pissing contest where it's like, my Burnham is better than your Burnham. And I'm just like living.
They're like, our child, our children.
Yeah. He's like, my child is, let's not compare because my child snuffed out all the foolishness. She was like, wait a minute, I know my child. And I'm like, y'all need to quit.
I love that scene. Oh, so much. So while they're on their way to regroup at Starbase One, Stamets decides that, oh, wait, no. I need to back up. While they're on their way to Starbase One, Stamets runs into Ash. That was so bone-chilling to me. I could feel like he's holding everything back inside of him. And he's like, do you feel bad about the fact you killed, my husband? He's like, good. That scene was so good. Oh, played with such fun.
And the fact that Saru is just like, we're gonna put this here bracelet on you, but you're not gonna be a prisoner. I'm like, he locked up. Y'all restricted his movements. Is that not a prisoner? Anyway, I'm not gonna let that stress me.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, he is a murderer. What are you gonna do? So they get to Starbase One. The place is destroyed. There's some graffiti, Klingon graffiti, but not of the Klingons themselves, but of a specific house. So the Admiral goes to L'Rell, and I think this is such an amazing scene where she's like, the Klingons won't accept our surrender. They're just killing civilians. Like, how do we end this war? And L'Rell's like, you can't end it. You have to conquer us. And I was just like, whoo, like that's so heavy. She's like, this isn't about protecting your culture. She's like, we're about equality. Like, you guys are getting closer and closer to us. Like, you're safe now. I feel like that kind of, again, they're trolling us. When, talking about racial identity, keep things pure, So I thought that was a really interesting talk that they had, and how that kind of hatred and, Klingons first, America first, purity, and the Terran Empire can actually tear you up on the inside. Tilly said something similar to Michael. She's like, while we were pretending to be these people, I realized the darkness that we have on the inside. And she is so right about that. So they decide they're going to go to the Vega system, to an uninhabited moon, and start growing new spores, because they have a plan. They're going to jump inside the Klingon home planet, under a volcano, in their Earth's core. It disable some of the protections in the grid, that their power grid. Basically, they're going to black out the whole place. I think that's absolutely insane, and I cannot wait to see them do it.
Me neither. I'm like, yes. Okay, please.
I think that was that's a really amazing thing that makes this show so different from Star Trek. It's so the same as Star Trek. Like, that's an insane thing that's going to happen. And like, I can't wait to see it. Like, that's how I felt about Deep Space Nine when they said they're going to put the Defiant on Cloak and then go under a ship. Like, it's going to be amazing. But before Sarek leaves, he talks to Georgiou. We talked about that, our children, my child. But she says, I'll give you what you want if you give me what I want. And I'm like, oh no, what does she want? If she wants her freedom, they don't talk specifics. We find out what the specifics are later. And, she kind of tells him like, okay, I'm going to give you a plan. And Michael can't handle this kind of info, but you can. And so then before Sarek leaves, he goes to see Michael. And he says, in war, every goodbye could be the last. And so it kind of like, it's like a different kind of more beautiful goodbye that he gives her in the most Vulcan way possible. Touches her shoulder. It was beautiful.
No, it was. And then he also tells her, never regret loving someone. And I'm so...
it was so good. It was so good. And so, Burnham, people keep telling Burnham, like, don't be afraid to still love Ash. Like, you have feelings. You were hurt. You need to deal with this stuff. There's stuff that's underneath her that she has not dealt with. And Tilly basically says the same thing to her. She's like, the way that you treat him is going to be the outcome of how good the future can be. We have to stay optimistic. And so she finally decides to go see Ash. And
oh my God. First of all, I have been waiting on this moment. But I did not expect it to bring me to tears. Like, the acting, oh my God, they brought so much raw emotion to that thing.
Oh, all the tears.
I swear, I was in it. I felt like I was in the room. Anyway, Burnham goes in and she's basically backing away from him as he comes towards her. Like, she's afraid of him, and he's like, what is this? And so, she's like, I don't even know what to say or how to begin. And he's like, I know, I'm sorry, and he does need to apologize, but I feel like she also needs to forgive because he was not in control. But then she starts stating her grievances. Like, she's like,
oh yeah.
You know, we talked about this. You told me things were getting bad, and you said that if they ever got where you couldn't handle it, you
Yep.
would come to me. And she was like, and they got bad, and you didn't come to me. Oh my God. I was like, oh, that's right. He didn't come to you. And so she's like, you know, I have to let you go. You know, there's no other way. Like, she's like, this journey I'm on, this journey you're on to, you know, forgiveness and our rightful place in this world that we're in now. It's a lonesome journey. And I'm like, but it doesn't have to be.
Right.
Oh, it's so frustrating, but I feel, you know, she's in her feelings. Like, this stuff is all new. This just happened. It's not like this is years later and we're having this same discussion. It's just like it's so much between them that they need to unpack. And she's like, you know what? Yeah, I understand that you weren't in control, but at the end of the day, when I look at you, I see Volk. I see him, you know, in your image. I see your hands around my neck doing the things to me. Like, you were about to kill me. So it's like, it's kind of hard to differentiate between the two. So it's like, I don't know, but I just need them to work it out. Wait, wasn't I talking about her and Lorca yesterday? Okay, anyway.
I know, right? Star Trek and the shipping. I can't.
Oh my God. I feel like they playing tug of war with my heart. But I mean, I needed that. I really needed it.
Yeah. One thing that I really did like, I know we're going to spend a lot of time on this. So I'm going to keep talking about it. I don't care. One thing I really did like was she was like, you know, like, Vogue or no Vogue. Ash was the one that lied to me. And I was just like, girl, tell it.
It's true. Like, I knew when she walked in the room, I'm like, okay, she already feels like he never loved her. Like, she feels like everything was a lie, because that's how I would feel. Like, to find out you're somebody completely different. And, you know, maybe you didn't know at first, but you surely found out. And when you did find out, you didn't tell me. So where was your allegiance? Was Volk in control then? You know, it's so many questions that you have to ask yourself. And it's like, it's going to take a while. It's going to take something, you know. And she's like, when she's walking away and she looks back and she's like, just know that it hurts to walk away from you. And I'm just like, there's a little bit of hope. a little teeny about that much.
I need this to happen.
Man. Because it's the only way we're going to get to see that lingerie again.
I know. It's so nice.
Anyway. Man, like I said, that moment, I could spend a lifetime talking about it because it was just that good.
It was powerful.
For the purpose of this video, we need to move it along.
Yeah. So Sarek and Cornwell have this super shady talk on the hologram phone. It's like desperate times. I was like, oh God, what are they about to do? So Admiral Cornwell comes out and she's like, open up a ship-wide transmission. And everybody's like, ah. Now, by the way, at the very top of the show, Sarek welcomes, you know, Georgiou and Michael onto the Discovery. And she was like, why is this slave talking to me? We were just eating his kin the other day.
Yeah.
And so, that's going to be awkward. So anyway, Cornwell comes out and she's like, as we all know, we've got huge plans. We're going to jump to Kronos. Like, we're going to win this war. We're going to turn the tide. And who else better to lead us than Captain Georgiou, presumed dead. But
what did I say? I told you in the last video, I'm like, they gonna just be like, oh, she was never dead. And now Burnham is off the hook.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and then
I was also waiting for you to bring up the fact that she walks out to talk about the fact that she was trying to eat Saru. I'm like, she was about to cook him up. She was like, "Get down, slave. Get thee beneath my feet."
Oh my God. Like, I am not ready for this. Like, this is going to be like awkward, terrible, and amazing. My body is ready.
Oh my
And
God.
I mean, and she's like, Specialist Burnham, because of what we've been through, no hard feelings. Now go to your post. I was like,
And I'm like, okay, so first of all, she's acting like she knows the background between her and Georgiou, like, the prime Georgiou. And it's like, so, yeah, of course they had bad blood because she tried to kill her. Or no, I'm sorry, she didn't try to kill her. She just tried to take her out,
Right.
And so she's like, yeah, this is how it is.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next episode. This is going to be insane. I'm here for the ride. Thank you, Star Trek. This was a really long arc, but it is paying off, and I'm loving every minute of it. Let us know if you guys are enjoying it too. I love it.
Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching and have a great night. Bye.